Which faction is going to be the last one standing? Guys, welcome to what I call Battle Royale Total War, and this is how it's gonna work. Today we're playing Medieval 2 Total War, and I have all the factions listed on a wheel that I will spin. I'll spin it 2 times and select 2 factions that will battle to the death, and the one that loses is removed from the wheel and they're out of the tournament. They're gone. We're gonna keep doing this until there's one faction standing. Who will that faction be? We'll find out soon enough. Now, in terms of map setup and money, each faction will have 13,000 gold and they will battle on the grassy plains. I will also select auto-generate army, so there is a bit of a luck of the draw in terms of how the army is created, but that's the fun of it. And of course, it's going to be AI versus AI. I am not going to play in these battles. They will be simulated by the AI, and we will see who will be the last faction standing. Now, keep in mind, this is a battle royale style, so a faction could fight many times to get to the finale, or they might not fight a battle for the entire time until the final championship battle. Guys, let's jump in, but before we do, we are lucky enough to have a sponsorship today. So today's video is sponsored by Factor. So Factor is a meal delivery service that provides fully prepared entrees, snacks, and drinks. With Factor, you are getting delicious meals made with healthy ingredients that are fresh and not frozen. And here's the best part. There's no cooking, there's no cleaning, there's no preparing of ingredients. You just put it in the microwave or the oven and it's ready in minutes. There are many days during the week that I'm super busy, my wife is super busy, and then when it comes to dinner time, we are exhausted. We don't want to cook, we don't want to clean, and that's where Factor will come in, where you can prepare a meal just by putting in the microwave and you don't lose anything. You gain time, you don't have to clean, you don't have to cook, and you get a delicious meal. I'm telling you guys, these meals are so good. They are so good, and they taste better than if I just cooked. I mean, that's the reality of these fresh meals. And also with Factor, there are many choices of meals and diets like keto, vegan, and more. Factor is perfect for when you have a busy week and you want to save time without giving up quality. So guys, when life gets busy, that doesn't mean you have to give up on your health. It's important to fuel your body with healthy and quality food. So guys, look down in the video description. There's a link to their website, or you can go to go.factor75.com and use my code POGAPOLLOJAN60, so POGAPOLLOJAN60 for 60% off your first box. I'm telling you, if you're on the fence, give it a try. They are so good. So thank you to Factor for the sponsorship, and let's jump back into our battle royale. All right, now before we spin the wheel, let me know down in the comments below which faction you believe is going to take the crown in today's Total War Battle Royale, or whatever, Battle Royale Total War. It doesn't matter. Let's get started. There's the first spin. Oh, there we go. We've got Russia. They are ready to go. I didn't expect Russia, but it is the luck of the draw. Here we go. Who are they going to face? And they are going to be taking on Scotland. So Russia versus Scotland. I'm going to be honest, I did not expect these two. I don't want to call them obscure factions, but definitely an interesting matchup. All right, guys, here we are on the battlefield. Scotland moving forward. They have 2 units of trebuchet, which is going to be fun to watch. They also have a mortar that they have brought to the battle. Now, over on the Russian side, they are bringing a lot of cav, a lot of heavy cav too. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. One is kind of, they also brought 2 bombard, which it looks like they're already about to fire. And they've got to be careful here because they could fire upon their own men. Okay, thankfully, it doesn't look like this one's going to fire. Hopefully not. And just a little side note here, guys. If we look way over here, I do have to spawn in this battle to be able to play this. But I just brought 1 peasant army. I'm just going to tell them to flee later on in the battle. So they have they're going to contribute in no way in this battle, of course. And there we go. The artillery has begun to open fire, and this battle is picking up quick. Oh, look at this. The Russians got some musketeers at the start of this battle. Now, remember, I didn't mention this, but they're playing on all periods. So they could have early and late, very late periods. So we might see some guns in some of these battles. The Russians are forming up all nice and neat here. And now they're going to move in. Their archers are opening fire. They've got Dvorkav point blank opening fire. And oh my gosh! That trebuchet almost hitting their own men. Well, the skirmish phase is finally coming to an end. They've been shooting at each other with both archers and artillery. And amazingly enough, most of the artillery has missed these huge, massed up armies from both sides. The Grand Bombard has been missing and the trebuchet has been missing. So I think they're going to finally move in and begin the fight in close combat. Well, here we go, folks. The two armies are about to clash. Scotland has some heavy pike militia. And here comes the clash of infantry. Dismounted feudal knights against the dismounted Drazina. Also, we've got some Russian cav charging in as well. And oh my gosh, look at this fight, guys. The artillery is firing. The infantry is fighting in the center. We do have some breaking by the Highland nobles. And it does look like this infantry engagement is going to be a good start for the Russians. If they can keep this up, they will certainly win the battle. But I don't know. These feudal knights are pretty tough. They're pretty tanky. Oh my gosh, a huge break on the left flank of the Scottish. The Russians land a game-crushing artillery hit. Absolutely battle-saving artillery hit on that flank. If you can see, there's a bunch of burned bodies. It's kind of hard to see, actually. But it was a great hit with the artillery. Now the Russians are closing in from all sides. We do have some, I think this is the general. Yeah, we've got the general in the back of the lines trying to rescue this battle, but they're only going to run into some deadly cav. And honestly, I was expecting the Scottish to win this one. Well, it's not over yet, guys. It's not. The balance of power is still pretty even. And we do have a very good play by another general's bodyguard from Scotland going in, and they're actually crushing the Russian infantry. If they can keep this up, they might have a chance. Look at this break. Wow, this has been back and forth. Now the Russian Tsar Guard are breaking. That is a huge loss for the Russians. And the Scottish are making a comeback. Absolutely stunning here that the Scottish just turned this one around. I don't know what happened, but their infantry just did not compare to the Scottish infantry. The Russians relied heavily on their cav, and I just think they didn't use them well enough. And so this is most likely, at this point, honestly, a very back and forth battle, but a battle that Scotland kind of handily won. It was a little nerve-wracking at the start, but it does appear that Scotland is going to win this one. And there you have it, guys. So we're going to end this battle, and you can see, look at the kill difference here. Men lost versus kills here. Look at that. Russia just did not do enough. Wow, kind of pathetic. Started off rough for the Scottish, but they came back and dominated. All right, guys, so now we can remove Russia. They are the first victim of this battle royale, and we can go ahead and spin it again. All right, so Spain has been called up to battle, and let's see who they're going to be facing. Oh, the boys from the north. They're going to be taking on Denmark. All right, let's do this. Well, we got a rainy and stormy day. Unfortunately for the grassy plains, you can't control the weather. So again, it's just another luck of the draw. Who is this going to affect more? Now, I would say Spain is kind of favored in this battle because they are definitely since it's all period, they have a lot of good late period units, and they are bringing a lot of pikemen to this battle. It's kind of strange to see so much pikemen, but they also have the dismounted conquistadors, which is one of the best infantry units in the game. Now, on the other side, look at this. It's already starting off here with a bit of a horse skirmish. Denmark bringing 2, not 1, but 2 mounted crossbowmen, and actually are doing some pretty heavy damage to these guys. Now, the rest of their army, they do have some artillery here. They've got 2 units of, I believe this is like a basilisk or something of that nature. I forgot the name of it, but it is, they've got 2 of it. So they do have some artillery. That's going to kind of help them out. Now, looking at their infantry, I don't know, guys. This infantry, this is a weird looking army. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, and then they brought, okay, they've got handgunners. I don't know. Oh no. The Spanish have artillery as well. And look at the army formation here. The AI just doesn't know what to do. Well, the Spanish are going in with a charge here with mounted crossbows, and the Danish are going to eat that up like a nice Danish. Look at, they're going to charge in their conquistadors on horseback. That's a nice little charge there right into the cav. This battle is playing out totally different from the Scottish and Russian battle, where it's just like straight to the action, cav play going in. And here comes Denmark with their dismounted Huscarls. So they got some 2-handed units going in, and right out of the gate, this battle is getting spicy. Look at this, cav on cav. General's bodyguard going for the Danish general's bodyguard. I don't think the general is in this unit though. So that's good for Denmark because they're kind of going all in. Oh, they're going for the artillery. Look at this. Now back over this way, Denmark is doing really well. A nice combination of the 2-handed with the cav. Now the question is, how is this pike display here going to play out? They've got to work together, and here we go. He's charging into the pikes, and they're not even in position. This might be huge for Denmark. Denmark just might pull off the upset. Whoa, and now we've got Spanish troops way on the flank. We've got dismounted chivalric knights, and also some conquistadors. No, these are swordsman militia. They look like conquistadors at first glance. Oh, a nice charge by Denmark. And the Spanish general has been killed. They just lost their general. This is going to be disaster for Spain. This battle is going very poorly for them. You know, after losing their general, the Spanish are still putting up a great fight. Their excellent, experienced veteran infantry are causing a mass rout on the right flank of Denmark, and they could still pull this off. They could still win this. The balance of power is pretty even. It was more in favor of Denmark, but it's starting to shift a bit more even. They just got to figure out, oh wait, okay, hold on. We've got some knights. Oh, they get stopped though by these skirmish cav here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh my gosh, Spain has broken another flank of Danish soldiers, and they're going to keep pushing with the swordsman militia. He's got multiple units of swordsman militia. No, his conquistadors just broke. That might be the nail in the coffin, but it's still too early to know for sure. There is a lot of breaking going on from both sides. Look at this. This is going to be an absolute stunner of a battle. It's a photo finish. We've got cheap troops charging into each other. We've got random pockets of fighting. Look at this. Denmark going in. Come on. I'm kind of rooting for Denmark just to have a bit of an upset story. You know, underdog story. And the chivalric knights have just won a battle here. I think if Denmark... Oh, Denmark still has a lot of cav. Well, no, these are dismounted crossbows. But still, they could get a lot of damage done. Oh, it looks like the Spanish morale is low. Let's not forget that they lost their general. We do have this general's bodyguard, which is a scary, deadly unit. I've seen this unit pull off amazing victories, but it just doesn't seem like they're gonna have enough to win this one. I'm not gonna assume, but they just lost this cav unit. They do have 1 unit of pikemen. If the Danish are really stupid and charge straight forward into this pike unit, maybe there's a chance, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, and Denmark pulls off the upset. They just eliminated a juggernaut of a faction in Medieval 2 Total War, and they survive for yet another round. And there you have it, guys. It's official. Denmark pulls off the upset and eliminates Spain from this contest. It was a close battle, but unfortunately, losing their general so early on for Spain was just disaster for them. All right, well, shockingly enough, we removed Spain this early on. I really am shocked. Let's go ahead and see what the next matchup is gonna be. All right, we've got the Turks. Very cool. And let's see who the Turks are gonna be taking on. Oh, we've got a fun matchup here. Turks versus Milan. It's the battle of green factions. All right, well, the Turks are bringing a lot of militia, a lot of Janissary heavy infantry. Now, keep in mind, there is a glitch in the game that affects two-handed units. It doesn't make them as effective in prolonged combat. It kind of sucks, and we do have a lot of them. They're still good. They're just not as good as they should be. We also have the Grand Bombard, which just took out one of the cav units. But this thing is going to do some big damage if it can land its hits. Now, back over this way, Milan has a bigger army, but a lower quality overall, but more. So they're kind of counting on numbers. They also have some pretty fun artillery here, so it's going to be fun to see how this battle plays out. Well, we started in the skirmish phase. We got some musketeers that are running for their lives because they're getting chased down by these missile cav. But Milan has 2 units of mounted crossbows that are going to go ahead and just eliminate them. Now they're just focusing on the Turks, and the Turks are not having a great start here. They're already losing units. They've lost 2 units right now. They're really got to pull off it feels like a miracle at this point. I can't believe they're already struggling so much. All right, here we go. Milan is going in with a full frontal charge. That sounded weird, but they're going in with a full charge. I think they're feeling pretty confident. They even got the religious fanatics. They're going in, artillery firing overhead. It's getting spicy, guys. And Milan is just bringing it to the Turks right now. Absolute crazy battle. After what felt like only a couple seconds, the Turkish army is starting to collapse under the weight of the brave men of Milan. And it does seem that Milan, if they can defeat this force over here, which honestly, at this point, they've mostly defeated the Janissaries, so this shouldn't be too much of an issue. This, yeah, look at the balance of power. This is a absolute one-sided battle where Milan is gonna take the victory. All right, well, unfortunately, I think my game crashed. But thankfully, it was pretty clear that Milan was going to win this one. So I got to restart my game and we'll move on. But unfortunately, there's no end result. So it was a butt kicking. That was for sure. So another one bites the dust. And, well, it's going to be the Turks. And Milan lives to survive another turn. All right. Now it looks like we're going to get Hungary. Okay, so we got Hungary. All right, there you go. So Poland versus England. This is going to be a fun matchup. Well, finally, we have a sunny day on the grassy plains. Now, I would say Poland in this battle is definitely the underdog. They have a lot of good cav units, but their infantry just isn't that good. So to win this one, they've got to use their cav well, and they need some good hits with the artillery. Now, England, on the other hand, England is a very good faction. They have a lot of elite infantry and good cav. They're just an all-around good faction. They also have more artillery, which could be good or bad for England, just depending on how many hits they get. And, wow, they've got a cannon over here as well. So, all right, we'll see how this one plays out. Well, right away, it's starting off with the skirmish. We got some long bowmen and some gunners here for England. So a nice little early skirmish start. That's the other thing. Poland doesn't really have good skirmishers. They do have some crossbow horsemen, like skirmishers. So they get some good hits there. But so far, it's been a pretty calm battle, especially compared to the last matchup. Well, it looks like Poland has, the leader of Poland has given the command to charge, which makes sense because Poland is kind of outnumbered in the artillery department. And you can see here the aftermath, he took some pretty good hits from the artillery, but it's definitely in his, oh, there's another one. It's definitely in his best interest to attack and not sit back and kind of do nothing. And now he's falling back. This could be a disaster for Poland. All right, here we go. The Polish army shifted to the left. It left his artillery completely open to a cav charge. And that's exactly what's happening. Now, Poland... Oh, no. England's going to be the one charging in. And Poland is going to just send everything in a big blob. That was one of the longest skirmish phases so far in this battle. And he's charging his cav into heavy billmen. This does not look like to be a good battle for Poland, but it's still too early to really tell who's going to win, but it's definitely looking pretty good for England. Yeah, no surprise here. The Polish infantry is just really struggling to keep up with the English infantry. The cav is still alive for Poland, but here's the problem. The AI is just not very good with cav. They try to get some good charges off, but overall, I just feel like having a more infantry-focused army is definitely better in these simulations. But yeah, it's going to come down to the Polish cav. You can see they're hanging on by a thread, and the balance of power is definitely in favor in England. Whoa! Whoa, hold up. They just slaughtered the English general. And for some reason, they said très bien. I don't know why they said that in French. They're Polish. But yeah, they just wiped out the general. Is this going to be enough, though? The balance of power shifted a little bit, but it's still in favor of England. Poland needs to pull off a miracle here, and they also need to keep their general alive as well. Well, unfortunately, even though they took out the enemy general, it doesn't appear that they are going to take the victory here. England's army's just too strong. They have too much infantry, and this does appear to be a solid English victory. And there you go, guys. Here is the end results, and England absolutely... Well, it was, I mean, pretty close in kills, but... England just, they did not die there. They just, they dominated. Well, guys, there you have it. England dominates. The kills were fairly close, but it just wasn't enough, and England takes the victory. So now, unfortunately, we have to take out Poland from the contest, and we are one less faction in this great battle royale. Let's see who's going to be up next. Oh, this is going to be interesting. We got the Timurids. That's one. They are Timurids and Mongols, very strange factions. We'll see how they perform in this like AI versus AI simulation. So who's the unlucky faction that's got to face the Timurids? Oh no, it's the Papal States. Yep, they brought elephants. Oh man, yeah, the Papal States. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because elephants can be really strong. But at the same time, they're kind of like glass cannons. Now, looking at the Timurids, they honestly didn't bring a lot of cav. They just executed their own cav there. I guess they were being disobedient or something. But yeah, that might actually help the Timurids in bringing a infantry-heavy army along with the elephants. Now, if we look at the Papal States, oh, they look awesome, but unfortunate hit right there. They lose a lot of men. The Papal, oh my gosh! The Papal States got to hustle up into position. The Timurids, oh, here we go. Horse archers moving forward. They're going to try to soften up the Timurids as much as possible. And yeah, the Timurids playing this smart. They're relying on their elephants here and their artillery. They're going to sit back and do as much damage as possible. We do have the fiery balls of justice coming over from the Papal States. We'll see who can... Oh my gosh, dude. Those elephants are tearing up the Papal States. Well, the Papal States defeated some Timurid Mongol archers, and it's actually the Timurids that are moving forward. Even though it would probably be in their best interest to just sit back and let the elephants do their thing, this might be the saving grace for the Papal States. This might be their opportunity to turn this battle around, because keep in mind, the infantry for the Papal States are probably far superior than the Timurids. This is a faction that obviously focuses on cav, right? So their infantry is not that great. So the Papal States might be able to turn this one around. And look at this absolute ballsy play by the epic Knights Hospitaller, going for the artillery. The elephants have just run amok because they got hit by some trebuchet. Guys, this battle might just go in favor of the Papal States, and by the balance of power, it's definitely looking that way. The Papal States have recovered nicely from the Timurids. If the Timurids if they just sat back and just used their artillery, I think they could have won this battle. But thankfully for the Papal States, the Timurids decided to charge in, and now, guys, this battle's over in a matter of seconds. So yet another battle is going to come to a close here. And is anybody surprised by this outcome? Anyone shocked by the outcome? You know, honestly, thinking about it, the Timurids are very cav focused, and the AI just sucks at using cav. They actually got more kills than the Papal States. The Papal States just broke the Timurids. They mostly just scared them off and they ran away. So a defeat for the Timurids, and now they're out of the tournament. If this is any, you know, foreshadowing for the Mongols, it's not looking good for the Mongols. All right, let's see what the next matchup's gonna be. All right, Portugal is going to be next up to bat. And then finally, we have, who's Portugal? Ooh, Scotland. All right, so Scotland, they've already won a battle. Let's see if they can win again. Well, finally, we have a nice sunny day in the grassy plains. Now, this is a matchup between the blue and white factions here. Portugal, a very strong faction. They're pretty much just as strong as Spain. Very similar cultures, very similar units. Now, Scotland over here, he's bringing some pretty heavy artillery. He's got a lot of it. He's got the mortar as well. So this skirmish phase is going to be pretty critical. Also, by looking at their army, they don't have a lot of archers. I think they got some noble Highland archers, but that's about it. Well, they got a couple archers here. Well, yeah, a couple archers. Not really. They don't have a lot. So I feel like it's probably in... Well, there's some archers up here. They just ran forward. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who wins this skirmish. Well, Portugal is relying on a lot of skirmish cav. They don't have a lot of archers of their own. It looks like they got one here. And it's just... these are a close range. These are like a Javi skirmish unit. And Scotland is moving forward towards Portugal. But Portugal... they're falling back. It's like they're kiting the enemy, you know? But they're going to leave their artillery in danger because their main army's just walking away. What are they doing? Okay, here we go. Scotland going in for the charge. And they charge into a very unprepared Portuguese army that is just all kinds of disorganized. A nice hit from the artillery from Portugal, but is it going to be enough? And guys... this is the epic clash, the epic matchup, because both of these armies have very good infantry. So we're going to see who can take this one. And oh my gosh, the trebuchet still firing at these archers back here. But Scotland does move in with some noble swordsmen to take care of this trebuchet. We also have some cav over here going after this this catapult here, or not catapult, this artillery. So the general's bodyguard going in. Is this the general? No, I don't know. They bring the general's bodyguard, but they don't put the general in it. It's not a terrible idea. So far, guys, it's looking like Portuguese infantry are absolutely destroying Scotland right now. Not absolutely, but Scotland seems to be all over the place right now, where Portugal is really concentrated and focused, and it almost feels like he's defeating Scotland piece by piece. It's still not over yet because Scotland still has some good infantry here. They just need to finish up this artillery crew, and they need to help out the other parts of the battle. We'll see if Scotland can kind of regroup, but so far it's not looking good for Scotland, and Portugal might just knock out Scotland in this tournament. Yeah, it's not looking good for Scotland. You know, I was kind of rooting for Scotland. I don't know, just because who doesn't love Scotland? But I think Portugal is going to end their victory streak, which was only really one. But, you know, it's not quite over. The balance of power is kind of saying otherwise, but I've seen crazier things in Total War. Yeah, it's not looking good, guys. Scotland is on the run. Portugal takes the victory. I know a lot of Portuguese viewers are probably pretty happy about this. And yeah, so Scotland is going to be taken out of the tournament. So the kills were actually, there's more kills for Scotland than Portugal. But unfortunately, Scotland, I mean, obviously there's more prisoners captured here for Portugal. So a lot of Scottish troops there breaking. The general fought to the very end, but again, unfortunately, it wasn't enough. So goodbye, Scotland. And now we're on to the next matchup. All right, for the first one, it looks like England? All right, so we got England now. I'm sure they're pretty happy about the news about Scotland. And then England is going to take on... Oh, give me France. Oh, England versus France. What a matchup. Oh, this one's going to be good. All right, a nice sunny day. Once again, England here bringing a lot of peasants. Look at this. Like, I guess they're kind of hoping for an Agincourt here, bringing a lot of the common folk to the battle here. So yeah, and they also have some good cav. I think that's probably the strength of their army, which, you know, looking at the previous battles, strength and cav isn't necessarily good. They got two units of artillery back there. Now, oh, look at this French army. We've got some feudal knights. We've got town militia, chivalric knights, some crossbowmen. I don't know. I think the French army might be a little bit stronger. They don't have... Do they not have any artillery? No, they have one. But yeah, so I don't know. Oh! That's devastating. Chivalric knights go down. My gosh, England just got a huge hit right there. And now England's moving up. Some guns, some retinue longbows, and more guns. So they brought a lot of guns to the battle this time. France has a lot of French mounted archers, so we'll see how this skirmish plays out. Well, it appears that the French skirmish force is dominating right now. This is a great combo. They've got the horse archers on the flanks, and then you've got 2 units of crossbows that just tore up the English skirmishers. So this has been a great start, and it's actually forcing England to get aggressive and begin the charge of infantry. All right, well, never mind. I thought England was going to go in for a charge there, but they're constantly doing this back and forth thing where it looks like France is going to go in, and then they pull back, and then England's going to go in, and then they pull back. Both sides a little hesitant here. But yeah, if I was France, I would just charge in. I think France, if they just charge, they got it here, but we'll see. I don't know what to say. This has been an insane skirmish. I mean, look at all the casualties here. Look at this. Oh my gosh. And then France, they're looking much better. Now, if this has been a great start for France, I don't know what England is doing. They're literally walking back and forth and just getting destroyed by archers and horse archers. I think they're gonna run out of ammo soon. This has been the longest skirmish out of any of the battles so far. Oh my gosh, dude, I cannot believe this. This is still in skirmish mode. Both sides are just like chewing each other up with their artillery, and they're just shooting at each other. But again, I think England has taken the worst of it. But somebody's got to make a move here. We can't. It feels like I'm watching real life players that just don't want to be eliminated from this contest, from this tournament. You know, it's like they just won't commit to this fight. Finally, guys, finally, they are moving towards the center. They're ready, getting ready for this epic matchup. Now, both sides could easily win this matchup. We'll see. Nice cav v cav here. We got some French pikes. They're going to absolutely annihilate the English knights. And France is going full steam ahead. Epic knights versus epic knights. Oh my gosh. Look at that. And then we got some flanking action here by the English, but nice little cav play by the French going for the rear reserve. Is it still a close? Oh no! Oh no! The English general gets sniped by the artillery, and that, folks, might just seal it for the English. The French kind of dominated this battle. This was definitely the most interesting battle because of how long the skirmish was. But wow, what a matchup! All right, there you have it, guys. England utterly routed, guys, by the French. That was it was just cool to have that matchup, you know, just by spinning a wheel, because these are natural rivals, especially at this period, this time period, really for a long time. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. All right, so yeah, look at this, 847 kills against the 553 by the English. Wow, just they barely lost any men there. Absolute insane fight. Congrats to France. Well, it's not looking too good for Britannia, as Scotland and England is now off the board here. And it's, you know, once again, here we go. We're one faction closer to see who's going to be crowned champion. And the next one is going to be, once again, the Papal States. And they are going to be taking on, let's see. Ooh, okay. Hungary. All right. So, wait. Okay, it can't be Papal States again. Come on. Okay, it doesn't end. It really keeps going. All right, Milan. All right, Milan versus Papal States, kind of the battle of Italian factions. Well, this time we got a foggy day, and the Papal States looking like they're bringing a very similar army comp to the last one. They got their religious fanatics. They got some good infantry, some gunners, some pavis, crossbow militia. So pretty solid army, I would say. Now, looking at Milan, well, they've got a lot of cav. They also are bringing a lot of religious fanatics, which is a bit strange. Because it's, you know, like Catholic versus Catholic. I guess there's a big schism right now. But yeah, again, their army looks decent. Honestly, I would say Milan's army looks a little bit better. But we'll see how this plays out as we enter into the skirmish phase of this fight. Well, there really hasn't been much of a skirmish phase. The Papal States are going in right now with the mounted crossbowmen. Going after these musketeers. They're going to get countered by the Knights Templar, which is going to break them. Lots of artillery fire going on. Oh, there's been some good hits on Milan here. Papal States seem to be doing pretty well so far, but here we go. The clash of armies underway. And guys, I gotta say, so far, this is definitely looking good for the Papal States, but it's still early on. You never know. The death of a general could turn this battle around. Well, not looking too good for Milan. We've got a lot of units breaking. They charged their cav into Swiss Guard, which was an interesting decision. The Knights Hospitaller, they're getting out of there. We've got some mounted crossbows from the Papal States just harassing Milan right now. And it does, so far, look like it's going to be a Papal State victory. And Papal States, man, they are on a roll. This is going to be their second victory here today. If they can win this one, it's still not over. There's still a lot of Milan left to fight. Oh, no! The Papal States general dies fighting. He was fighting. What was he fighting? The Trebuchet crew. Guys, is that enough to turn the tide of the battle? By looking at the balance of power, I would say no. But you never know. That's definitely given Milan some hope. But it might be too late. But we'll see. Nice little flanking maneuver by the Spear Sergeants. Let's see what they can do here. Oh my gosh. A great hammer and anvil by Milan. Their infantry, if they just stick together, they might be able to win this, guys. I'm not even joking. Now, there's still a lot of Papal States units, and there's also a lot of cav, but okay. All right, maybe I'm kind of dreaming here, because I would love a great comeback, but look at this balance of power. I just don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, there you have it, guys. Milan breaks to the Papal States. And there's a couple units here and there, but it's not going to be enough to win the day. Another great victory for the Papal States. Absolutely dominating. That was a great fight, and honestly, not too close. So, Milan is out, and hopefully we get more Eastern factions coming up. I would love to see Egypt. I would love to see the Byzantine Empire in action, or the Aztecs. Like, let's get weird. Okay, here we go. Next matchup. And we're going to see who's going to go here. I think we're going to have, yes, another Italian faction. No, wait! The Byzantine Empire. It really just keeps going at the end there. You know, I keep thinking it's going to stop, but it just... All right, Byzantine Empire. We got our wish. And they are going to be taking on... Watch it be Egypt. No. All right, Denmark. So, Denmark... They're kind of the underdog, but I would say in this battle, Denmark versus the Byzantine Empire, they're pretty equal. Well, the Byzantine Empire, this is their first appearance in this Battle Royale, and let's see if they can take the victory here. I do like their army, a lot of infantry, some good artillery. Now, Denmark, on the other hand, also bringing solid infantry, the Norse Axemen. Oh, the mounted chivalric knights. They got some decent cav. Looks like you can see they put some attack upgrades on this cav. They've got artillery, so... Oh, look at this. Byzantine Empire coming in hot. He's got this Byzantine cav pushing forward and getting some easy shots on the enemy. I don't know how long they're going to stay up here, but what a great start to this battle. Oh my gosh, the Byzantine Empire is charging in. Now, naturally, they're going to get destroyed. I don't know what the heck they were thinking there, but I like the aggressive play. Wow, and these two armies are just going at it. It's only been a few seconds here, and they are just going to charge in. A great charge by Denmark. Guys, Denmark, the underdog to this story. Let's see if they can win this one. We've got all kinds of pockets of fighting right now. Dismounted Byzantine Lancers, they're fighting. They're kind of surrounded by Denmark cav, Danish cav right now. But yeah, this is going to be... Oh, here we go. This is going to be interesting to see who can take this one. A lot of spear militia for Denmark, or Byzantine Empire. Let's see if it's enough. Oh my gosh. The Byzantine Empire just punched a hole through the Danish army. Again, I don't know if that's a deal breaker right there. Whew, that artillery's getting hot too. But yeah, they just broke a hole through here. They've got the spears going after the cav, which is a great matchup for the Byzantine Empire. And, you know, it's still 50-50 at this point. So, who knows who's going to take this one. Guys, this has been a great matchup. But I think the Danish infantry is just going to be too much for the Byzantine Empire. The balance of power is in favor of Denmark. And yeah, it looks like the Byzantine Empire at this point is down to their horse archers and archers. Most of their infantry have been eliminated. They still have some infantry running around, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Again, very close battle. If Denmark loses their general or takes friendly fire like that, maybe the Byzantine Empire can turn this around. No, it looks like the Byzantine Empire is going to be crushed, and this is a solid Denmark victory. Guys, the underdog story still lives on. Can Denmark win this all? There goes the general. But yeah, can Denmark win it all and be the last one standing? We'll see. We'll see soon enough. All right, there you have it, guys. A pretty nice victory from Denmark. They got a lot of kills there, and they're still alive. Unfortunately, one of my favorite factions, the Byzantine Empire, is gone. And we will spin again. All right, so the first faction we got here is... All right, we've got Venice, so we got another Italian faction. And then they are going to be taking on... Here we go. This is going to be... No, they can't take on themselves, so we got to spin again. All right, so Denmark, Portugal. Okay, there we go. So Venice versus Portugal. It's going to be an epic matchup. Well, thankfully it's a sunny day, but I am not impressed by the Venetian army. A lot of peasants, a lot of cheap spears. I don't really see a lot of the elites. They have the Venetian heavy infantry, which is one of the best infantry in the game. They've got a great charge bonus and everything, but they didn't bring them. So I don't know how I'm feeling about Venice right now. Now, on the other hand, Portugal, Portugal has got feudal knights. They got conquistadors. They are bringing a monster tier army right here. Well, Portugal decided to charge in their skirmish cav, and things are getting a little wild here. A lot of skirmish cav running around. We do have the Portuguese Knights of Santiago charging in. Oh, there's the Venetian heavy. Okay, but he got a great charge on that Venetian heavy. But look at that. Wow, they just broke. Oh my gosh, the Venetian heavy breaks so quickly. That was such a good charge against them. That's probably the one weakness of the Venetian heavy is their morale. But yeah, great fight here. And now they're both clashing in the center. Portugal charging in with dismounted conquistadors. And this is definitely going to be the key moment for Portugal to try to win this one. But I would say this one's definitely going well for them, considering they just routed the Venetian, like one of the best Venetian units. Yeah, no surprise here. The Portuguese just had a better army. And sometimes that's just the luck of the draw. Oh, hold on. I don't think it matters. The Portuguese general goes down, so that's unfortunate for him. But I don't think it's going to be enough anyways. We'll see if the Venetians can rally, but I don't think they can. They're just too outnumbered. Well, another dominating display by Portugal. They're kind of doing what Spain couldn't do, and they are dominating battlefields, and that's going to be the last of Venice, which Venice is a really good faction to, to see them go in one battle. It's kind of sad. So now we go back to the wheel. We remove Venice from the wheel, and so we continue on, and let's see who's going to be the next matchup. All right, France is going to be at it again. I'm excited to see France. They did really well in their first battle. Let's see who they're taking on. Okay, we got a nice matchup here. France versus the Moors. Let's do it. Okay, so France, once again, bringing crossbows to the battlefield. He's got some pikes, which will be interesting to see. A lot of spear sergeants, unfortunately. I'm not seeing a lot of great infantry. We've got some chivalric knights, some feudal knights. That's about it. I guess there's another feudal knight in the mix. It's hard to see them all. But yeah, it's an okay army. Now looking at the Moors, they've got some skirmishers. They are bringing the Christian Guard, which again, one of the best units in the game. These guys are so epic. So I love... Moors are one of my favorite factions because they also have... I don't know if they brought them, but they have peasant crossbows, and they're so deceiving. Oh, here they are. Peasant crossbows with armor upgrade. Usually they're shirtless. That's why I like them, No, but they're so deceiving because their name is peasant, but they're really good. They have fantastic range. But France is getting aggressive with their French-mounted archers. This unit was a huge unit for the last battle they had, and France is charging in. Unlike the last battle where France and England just squared off and nobody committed, France is going in right now with the chivalric knights. Look at this. Look at this. Their infantry is very far behind. It's a little risky because their cav could get easily cut down if they take on the wrong unit, but I like the energy here. I like the style. And now the infantry's close behind in charging in. They got to get in there quick to support their cav. Well, finally, the French infantry has made it to the front line, but they're now having to deal with the elite cav of the Moors. Units are breaking over here. Guys, we've got ourselves a battle. This is going to be close. A lot of the elite infantry for the French are distracted by trying to kill this artillery instead of focusing on the main battle here. Oh my gosh, I think the Moors are going to win this. I don't know. It's still really close to... Oh, this is going to be a photo finish, guys. This is going to be a close one. We've got some Scots Guard. Hey, Scotland is still alive, right? With the Scots Guard. So the Scots Guard, they're a tough unit to crack, so they're going to do some damage to this cav unit. Most of the breaking units are cheap infantry. So we'll see how the French recover. They just need to finish up this crew over here, this artillery crew, and join the other parts of the battle. Oh no! The French general goes down. Guys, that might be the nail in the coffin. We'll see. The only way they can recover from this is if they kill the Moorish general. Is that Moorish? Is that how you say it? Moorish general? Anyways, if they can kill him quickly, there might be a chance. Also, these elite corps of infantry still stuck over here fighting kind of nothing if they just stayed with the rest of their army, and it does appear that the Moors are going to knock the French out of this competition. Absolutely unbelievable. I think the French could have won that one if they just kept their infantry together. But unfortunately, the Moors just... you could call it luck, or you could just call it skill because of those Christian Guard. They're nasty. But they killed the general pretty early on, and that was just too much for the French army. There you have it, guys. Look at the kills. Actually, the French killed more, but again, more of them broke because of the loss of the general. But great battle. Let's move on to the next one. So, not gonna lie, a little disappointed to see France go. It's one of my favorite factions, just like the Byzantine Empire, but you never know, what's gonna happen. So here we go, off to the next one. All right, Denmark is gonna be at it again. Let's see if they can get their third victory. Nice. So they're gonna be taking on Hungary here. So, Denmark versus Hungary, it's gonna be an epic matchup. So our underdog story continues. Denmark, once again, fighting for the third time, and they're going to be taking on a faction we've yet to see in this matchup, Hungary. So let's see if Hungary can, if they can win this one and kind of, bring an end to the Danish dominance that we've seen so far in this battle. Well, this has been a very intense skirmish. There are a lot of skirmishing units on the battlefield right now engaging each other. A lot of mounted crossbows, a lot of mounted archers and gunners, but now it looks like we're gonna get a charge in the center. It looks like the general's bodyguard was thinking about it. I don't think the general is in here in this unit, so they're because if they were, it would be risky, but they're about to be charged by some Viking raiders. And now here comes a charge of Norse axemen. And this has been a weird battle. It's like the armies have partially charged in, but it's now looking like they're all gonna collide here right in the center. Oh my gosh! And a very unlucky hit. The general turns into toast. We've got some Danish cav in the back going for the artillery, so that doesn't happen to their general. Oh my gosh, is Denmark gonna win this? I don't know. This one is still very close. That killing of the general was huge. Guys, this battle is just nonsense. Look at this. Look at the battlefield right now. There's literal hundreds of troops just everywhere. There's no proper front line. It's just scattered everywhere. We've got some cav charging into the crossbows. That's going to be nice. It breaks them. Now, remember, they lost their general. The balance of power is in favor of Hungary, so let's see if they could win this one. Denmark still has a shot at winning this because they killed the general so early on. Just like that, they just broke some feudal knights. Just like that. That is huge. They got to keep that up. keep the Cav alive and well, and I think they can win this battle. Amazing, guys. Denmark, by just the greatest... I don't know. They got so lucky in this battle, because if they did not kill that general, I don't think they could have even had a chance of winning this battle. But right now, they could still lose it. The balance of power is in favor of Denmark, but every cav charge seems to be breaking a lot of Hungarian troops. So we'll see if they can finish up this battle without losing any more. But the Hungarians are coming back for more. They're not done yet. Okay, actually, I was wrong. They're done. Denmark wins a third battle. Guys, I did not expect Denmark to make it this far. This is truly impressive. What a twist. Yeah, this was great. Great battle. You can see the difference in kills and losses. It was a very close fight, but Denmark was able to come out on top. So the Hungarians have now been eliminated, and we are down to the last 9 factions. All right, up next, we have the Aztecs. Now, the Aztecs, you might think they're going to just be destroyed, but they're infantry-heavy focus. They might actually be really good. And they are going to be taking on, this is going to be, Portugal. Oh, dude, what a matchup. Portugal versus the Aztecs. Oh, two interesting factions. They got history. Let's see how it goes. Now, I feel like for this battle, it's either going to be total domination by the Aztecs, or the Aztecs are going to be totally dominated. I feel like there's going to be no in-between. This is going to be one of the more fun battles because of how the Aztecs play. But looking at Portugal, wow. Look at this army. Impressive infantry. I don't know. I think Portugal, I think they got this. All right, guys, here we go. You can see the Aztecs are trying to skirmish with the arrow warriors, do some damage here, but it's not really leading to much. And Portugal, I don't know. It's like Portugal is just programmed different. They're just a beast of their own. Look at them just go in. Perfect infantry charge there. Ooh, dangerous hit with the artillery hitting their own men. And oh, they're breaking. The Aztecs are breaking them. Now he's breaking spearmen, which, you know, is to be expected. Oh my gosh. Dude, what the heck? Oh no, guys. Portugal is struggling. It's not over yet, but my gosh, are their units just breaking. I think it's going to come down to their cav to win this one. Oh no! Oh no! The Portuguese general falls. Guys, that might just do it. I think that's gonna do it. And the Aztecs are, dude, okay. What did I say? The Aztecs are either going to utterly dominate or get crushed. And right here, they are defeating a juggernaut right now. Now, the conquistadors that they had were showing their worth, but after the death of the general, keep in mind, like, the Aztecs rely heavily on fear tactics, and that came through for them. That was huge. And guys, the Aztecs are going to eliminate the Portuguese. Absolute shocker. I thought for sure that Portugal was going to win this one. Well, the Portuguese killed a lot of the enemies, but again, it wasn't enough. I mean, look how many troops the Aztecs had. It's because their troops are so cheap and they can bring so many of them. So, guys, I honestly think the Aztecs have a great chance of winning this tournament. Well, it's sad to see them go because they had such a good run, but Portugal is now out of the tournament. Let's see who's going to win the next matchup. We have yet to see the Holy Roman Empire in Egypt. I think we've seen everyone else and the Mongols, but Denmark is at it again. Dude, Denmark is definitely proving themselves in this matchup. All right, and they are going to be taking on Egypt. So we get to see Egypt for the first time, but if I'm Egypt, I got to be feeling kind of nervous because Denmark is on a roll. A nice sunny day and Denmark is looking sexy. So yeah, Denmark's got a good balanced army. I feel bad for Denmark because they're constantly having to prove themselves. Like they have fought the most out of anyone, but at the same time, they're winning. They're winning and they're showing the world that they are a faction to be afraid of. Well, this skirmish phase is getting pretty spicy. Denmark is like getting right up in his face, the Egyptian's face here with like a lot of mounted crossbows. He's got handgunners that are going in. Egypt honestly doesn't have... Oh my gosh, they just shot their own men. Egypt, what are you doing, buddy? I don't know. This is looking like another good battle for Denmark. Egypt really's got to turn this one around, but looking at their army, I'm not too impressed. And I feel like this might be another Denmark victory. All right, here comes the infantry charge. This is the moment of truth. Who's going to start breaking instantly? It's usually how it goes. And then, oh, great hit with the artillery. That was risky. That was risky. And yeah, sure enough, breaks them. Denmark's looking good, guys. They are looking good. Let's see if they can keep this up. Yeah, no surprise here. Denmark is kind of easily handling the Egyptians right now. Egypt, oh, yeah, it's definitely over now. They captured the enemy general. They've broken through the center. Guys, I think it's safe to say that this is going to be yet another Denmark victory. Yeah, there really wasn't much to say about this battle. Just a great victory by Bjorn. So tragically, the Egyptians are already out of the battle. And now we have like, what, 7 or so factions? All right, let's go ahead and see which factions are going to be fighting in the next matchup. Okay, first time. Finally, the Mongols have to prove themselves. They've made it far in the tournament without fighting any battles. Let's see who they're going to take on. No way. Are they really? Oh my. Oh, Denmark dodges a bullet there. Poor Denmark's like in the corner, you know, like, okay, we have to fight again. Oh no, they just miss it. The Papal States have been called up. Now let's not forget the Papal States defeated the Timurids. So this is like the same kind of matchup. Well, it looks like the Mongols here have brought a lot of artillery. They got 3 units of artillery. Might help them out, might not. It just depends on how the Papal States play this one. I would say for the Papal States, it's probably best for them to just charge in, get that deadly infantry into the mix. But we'll see. We'll see who takes this one. I think the Mongols have a lot of skirmishers, so they might kind of play defensive here and use that artillery as well. Well, no surprise here. There's a pretty big skirmish phase going on. The mounted crossbows for the Papal States are doing a good job against these Mongol heavy archers. We've got some guns in the center as well, which is definitely helping out the Papal States against the dismounted archers. And then way over on this flank, we got a 2v1 where the Mongols are winning this engagement. It does appear that the Papal States are moving forward. Let's see if they fully commit to this fight and get in the thick of it. Oh yeah, they're charging in a little bit of a crazy charge here. I do not agree with this move from the Papal States. They just randomly charged in a general's bodyguard, which is now breaking. I hope that that's not the general, but if it is, they might be in big trouble. I don't think that's the case, but they got to get going here, guys. Oh, are these... Oh, I thought they had Nafatunes for a second, which I do believe the Mongols have. They've got like the fire pot unit, but the Papal States are kind of focusing on all of the artillery and not the infantry. The Mongols might actually take this one, but it's still early to tell. The Papal States are not looking good. Well, the Mongols have just charged their cav into the Papal Guard. We're seeing a lot of breaking here from the Papal States, and the Mongols just might take this one, but the balance of power is still in favor of the Papal States. I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how, but I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see how their infantry's holding on, though. The spears, like, they're doing it. They're just, it's because they're taking on cav. Well, the Papal States seem to be rallying. Right now, they've just lost half of their army, but they're about to flank here with some cav. This is a nasty charge right into the Mongol cav. And amazingly, the Papal States kind of rallied up their forces, and now they're just pushing together, which is... Oh, no! Oh, no! Okay. So that was the general for the Papal States, but it's just too late. Well, it's not over yet. A lot of Mongols are breaking right now, but it's still close enough to where, since the general's dead, they could break the Papal States and turn the battle around. But I do believe the Papal States... I don't know. It's still too early to know for sure, but it's looking good for the Papal States. Yeah, it looks like the Mongols have found themselves surrounded by all kinds of different Papal State units. And I think at this point, the Papal States are going to take the victory regardless of the death of their general. That was not a pretty battle for the Papal States, but it's a victory nonetheless. Well, a fairly close battle, guys. Look at the kills. It was extremely close. The Mongols actually captured a lot of prisoners as well. But the Papal States are still in it, guys, and they've defeated the Timurids and the Mongols. That's pretty epic. Okay, so now we removed the Mongols from the wheel and the tournament, and we've yet to see any fighting from the Holy Roman Empire, so maybe we'll get that this time. All right, so we have Sicily. Actually, have we seen fighting from Sicily yet? I don't think we have. Let's go ahead and see who they're going to be facing. Oh, no. Okay, Sicily's going to be taking on the Aztecs. Dude, I would be terrified right now if I was Sicily. All right, Sicily for the first time on the battlefield. Looking at their army, they do have handgunners. I feel like skirmishers are actually the key to defeating the Aztecs. And artillery, and they really got to get some good hits. But if the Aztecs can close the distance and just overwhelm the Sicilians, it's probably going to be another Aztec victory. All right, and sure enough, they moved up their skirmish cav, and they are doing some good damage to the Aztecs right now. But the question is it going to be enough? They've also got some Muslim archers here as well, trying to soften up these arrow warriors. But, that's the thing about the Aztecs. They don't just sit there. They move because that's their strength. And it looks like they're already going to be charging in. These Muslim... Oh, no, they broke the arrow warriors. Okay, good start. Good start for the Sicilians. Let's see if they can stop this tornado of an army. All right, we've got a cav charge. That's also going to be huge with the Norman Knights. So epic. Norman Knights go in. Can they be the heroes that will defeat this strange powerhouse of a faction? There goes another cav charge. They're actually playing this pretty well. Unfortunately, the cav is starting to break, though. I kind of hope that the Sicilians would have kind of sit back more and use more of their skirmishers. But so far, it's looking decent for the Sicilians, but it's still anyone's game. Guys, this is such a delicate situation. We've already got 2 units here. The Sicilians are breaking to the might of the Aztecs. Oh, they killed the general. They killed the general. Oh, and artillery's hitting them. Okay, that might just save the Sicilians here. Sicily, they got to keep it up, though. I think they might just defeat the Aztecs here. This is going to be close. Can Sicily pull this off? Wow. I did not think out of all the factions that could have defeated the Aztecs, it would be Sicily. That's not to say the Sicilians are bad. They're certainly a good faction. I just didn't expect it. Now, it's not over yet. The Sicilian general could die, and if he does, it might be GG for the Sicilians, but they're certainly looking good at this stage of the battle. All right, guys, it is looking really good for Sicily. They are closing in from both flanks. The fire arrows coming in. That's very smart. Trying to scare them, trying to break their morale. Guys, was this... Oh, they just broke outright. Wow. Was this luck? Was this luck, or was it just straight up Aztecs aren't as good as I thought they were? Maybe I overhyped the Aztecs, but look how much they dominated them. It's just because there's so many of them and they could easily overwhelm. I think the Sicilians got a little lucky by killing the general, and that was a huge loss to the Aztecs. But the Aztecs are out. All right, now be honest. How many people would be disappointed to see the Aztecs win it all? I'm sure there'd be a lot of people being like, the Aztecs, what? All right, here we go. Let's see the next matchup. And finally, we are going to see the Holy Roman Empire, the most holy, the most Roman, and the most imperial of all empires. And let's see who they're going to take on. All right, so they're going to be taking on the Moors, which we saw the Moors defeat the French. So the Moors are no joke. Let's see if the Holy Roman Empire can win one. Well, here's their first battle. The Holy Roman Empire made it very far without fighting, so good on them. Now, they brought a lot of guns to the battle. I'm not seeing too many two-handed. Okay, yeah, they got... Okay. Here's the problem with the Holy Roman Empire. They have a lot of two-handed units, which, again, they all suffer from that bug where they don't do well in prolonged engagements because their animations are so long that they get interrupted by short sword, sword and shield type infantry that swing much faster. So it's a bit of a problem. We'll see how it plays out here. But the Moors, bro, they got a nasty army. I don't know. It's looking like the Moors might take this just by looking at the army, but we'll see. All right, well, it looks like this one's going to be a high-speed battle. Oh, they've got some, mounted guns. Ooh, that's pretty good. They actually landed a pretty good hit on some infantry with the artillery. It looks like the Moors are not too happy, and they're going to go charging in. And, another good hit there on infantry. I don't know. The Moors are kind of taking a beating here before they even engaged in combat. Let's see if the Moors can win this through just, clawing their way and fighting the infantry of the Holy Roman Empire. Woo, this is a close battle, guys. It does appear that the Christian Guard are kicking ass over here. But over on this side, the Holy Roman Empire is definitely carving out the Moors. So, big break right there. The Moors are I don't know, guys. I think the Moors are taking this one. It's still too close to call. Both sides are really giving it to the other side, and we're going to see pretty soon. Let's see, a nice little cav charge here. Let's go into the Christian Guard. That's pretty big right there. Let's see if it's enough. Guys, the balance of power is still very close. It does look like the Holy Roman Empire is doing very well, but it's tough. It's tough to really tell. The artillery's about to get slaughtered by the bodyguards here. We've got these skirmish cav behind the lines, but over here it looks like the Holy Roman Empire's doing a lot of damage, but I would say the balance of power is in favor of the Moors. So I just think the Christian Guard, they're a tough unit to crack, and they're definitely experiencing that the might of the Christian Guard. Oh yeah, guys, the Moors are cleaning up the Holy Roman Empire. Guys, this battle started off so decent for them. They did a lot of damage from afar on the Moors, but once that Christian Guard got into close combat, I just think they crumbled to them. And it does appear that the Holy Roman Empire is going to break in that, and this is going to be another victory for the Moors. Woo, a great battle by the Moors, and they are definitely a faction to be afraid of. They have had some clear victories, so we'll see how far the Moors can go. Moors are one of my favorite factions in the game, so happy to see them still in it. All right, so the Holy Roman Empire, they made it far, but as soon as they fought, they were defeated. And now we're down to the last 4 factions. In this next matchup, we are going to have, I believe, the Denmark. All right, so Denmark, poor Denmark, they've got to fight again. And they are going to be taking on, it looks like Sicily. Okay, Denmark versus Sicily. Pretty interesting matchup there. We'll see who takes it. Well, if I'm Sicily, I got to be feeling pretty confident because they won their first battle, but they are taking on Denmark, which have fought. Denmark has fought in more battles than any other faction, and they have won, obviously, every single battle. Is this going to be the end of Denmark, and Sicily will become amazingly great? Imagine defeating the faction that has fought like 4 battles, and never losing. Let's see if Denmark can do it again. All right, this one's starting off hot, literally hot with those fiery balls of justice. Cav versus Cav. Look at this. Both parties, both armies bringing good Cav to the battle. And look at them just charge in like that. That's pretty cool. I think that's the first time we saw Cav engage like that in this matchup, in this tournament. But good for Sicily in this engagement because their infantry is close by. And they're going to be able to join this engagement quickly, unlike the Danish infantry. So not a great start for Denmark. Let's see if he can get his infantry in there. Definitely not going to win with town militia. That's for sure. Oh, this is looking really good for Sicily, guys. Looking really good. Well, Sicily is starting to take a solid lead over on their left flank. A lot of their cav is running free and going after Denmark in their archers. But over on this side, oh no! A great rear charge with the mounted crossbows, and it's causing some crossbowmen to break here, but Denmark is finding themselves in a tricky situation. Can they yet get another miracle victory here and maybe kill a general? I feel like that's kind of what they need at this point to win the day. It's still too early to call it, but it's definitely looking like Sicily is taking this battle, and they might end this Cinderella story for Denmark. Oh no, the Danish general is dead. And guys, I think I'm gonna have to call it here. Unless they can kill Sicily's general right here and pull off some kind of crazy move, I think Denmark's run is over, and Sicily might have just taken the crown. Now, it's not over yet, obviously, but to defeat Denmark on such a run like this is very impressive. So a sad day for Denmark, but honestly, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Denmark made it so far in this tournament. And I'm not talking about, oh, they got lucky and were never selected. They were selected so many times and made it almost nearly to the finale, and that is extremely impressive. All right, well, Denmark's Cinderella story is over, and now we're down to the last three factions. Kind of strange. I did not expect these factions. Sicily, Moors, and the Papal States. I kind of knew that like an Italian faction would kind of make it towards the end because there's a lot of them. Let's see who can win. Here we go. Next matchup is going to be the Moors. And let's see if they take on the Papal States here. They are going to be, they're going to be taking on the Papal States. So Moors versus Papal States. And the finale is going to be the victor between the Moors and the Papal States against Sicily. Well, the Moors, like I said, scary faction. They've defeated the French. They defeated the, I'm kind of drawing a blank. Who else did they beat? No, it wasn't Denmark. They defeated somebody. I'm drawing a blank. All right, well, the Moors are back on the battlefield. They won 2 battles against very impressive factions. Looking at the balance of power right at the start of this battle, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Apparently, to the game, the Papal States have a stronger army. Again, sometimes it's the luck of the auto-generate army mechanic. So we'll see if the Moors can recover here. Ooh, they do have the camel gunners, though. This unit is scary good. Let's see if they don't all evaporate here, though, to the 2 units of mounted crossbows that the Papal States are bringing to the battlefield. Guys, these camel gunners are going off right now. They are evaporating so many units. It's probably the Papal States need to get in the thick of it. They need to get their infantry in the fight, or these camel gunners are just going to annihilate their army. All right, here we go. The armies are moving up. Actually, the Moors charged forward, and it was the Papal States who fell back, and now they're going to go ahead and engage their infantry. Actually, a pretty nice play by both sides. Their infantry is nearby. Their cav is going to engage. I just don't think this is good for the Moors. Their advantage was the skirmish, and the fact that the Moors decided to charge in only hurt them, not help them. So we'll see. I'm seeing a lot of breaking from the Papal States, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I just have a feeling that the longer the melee goes, the better for the Papal States, and they might overcome the Moors here. Well, it's been a good couple minutes, and the Moors are hanging on here against the Papal States.
We've lost half our men.
Oh, there we go. Half of the Moors' army is gone. I don't know. The balance of power has not really improved. About the same percentage of killed. Yeah, they're getting tired. Oh my gosh. I think the Papal States are going to knock the Moors out of this tournament. It's still early to really determine completely, but it's well, hold on. The balance of power is kind of shifting. It's kind of shifting here, guys. A little bit. We'll see what happens. Oh no. The Moors lose their general to, it looks like, mounted crossbowmen, and that definitely will secure, well, yeah. The Papal States are going to make it to the finale. Honestly, who thought it would be Papal States versus Sicily? If you guessed that, then congratulations, you deserve a cookie. This epic finale is going to be intense, guys. It's going to be fun. The Moors aren't done yet. Let's not forget they've got the camel gunners, but without their general, there's a slim chance they're going to win this one. All right, there you have it, guys. Look at, they killed more of the Papal States with those gunners, but again, once the infantry clashed with the Papal States, they just couldn't hold them back, and that was it. All right, guys, here we go. The epic finale. The Papal States versus Sicily. It's rainy, it's foggy and gross. The perfect weather for an epic battle. Now, I am exhausted. This has been a lot of recording and just, doing commentary on many, many battles. So be sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, support the channel, because I'm going to need some tea with a little splash of honey after this battle. But anyways, here's the Papal States army. Over here, here's Sicily. Right away, we've got a little bit of a skirmish here, and I'm going to try not to edit too much of this battle out since this is the epic finale. But the mounted crossbows for the Papal States are kind of getting chewed up right now. They're getting attacked from the flank by some mounted crossbowmen. We've got artillery coming in. He's going to go ahead and retreat. And now the skirmish phase will continue on. Let's see what happens next. Well, it's been a pretty gnarly skirmish. A lot of Papal State mounted archers are kind of just running around everywhere. It does appear that the Sicilians have won the skirmish, and now both parties are about to charge into this fight. We do have some chivalric knights about to charge into Pavi's crossbows, but they get them out right at the last second, or at least they're going to try. And now we've got Cav charging in. We got religious fanatics. Sicily versus Papal States, baby, for the crown, for the last one standing. And honestly, so far, I think Sicily might be winning this battle, but it's still too early. And a nice artillery hit there, and another good one right after the first one. Guys, this is so close. Can the Papal States win it? Can Sicily win it? We got Papal Guard about to charge in against these chivalric knights. That's a good matchup. Over here, oh no, the Papal States are starting to break. Can they rally? The balance of power is still very close, still anyone's game. It might come down to who kills who in terms of generals. We got broken lances charging into the fight. General's bodyguard. Do we have a visual on the general? I do not see the general, at least not yet. But an intense fight in the center. Honestly, it's hard to tell who's who because the uniforms are so similar. And the Papal States do a nice flank there with the Papal Guard. Oh my gosh, this is an epic fight. This is a worthy finale. Unlike the college football national championship. But the Pavi's crossbows are doing some damage. They're still alive. Nobody's really chain routing just yet. Here comes a clash of Cav. We might... Oh, there's a general. There's the Papal States general. He's still in the fight. The balance of power is still dead even, guys. This is really, honestly, like, I've never, out of all the battles, this one has been, oh, they killed the Sicilian general. That is what the Papal States needed, but is it going to be enough? They need, look at the balance of power. It's shifting in favor of Sicily, but after losing their general like that, what's going to happen? Now, the Papal States general is in danger as well. He's not bloodied yet, but he's got to be careful here, because if he falls, this is for sure over for the Papal States. But if they can possibly win this one, the fact that I can't even talk right now. The fact that they killed the general is a good sign. It's hope, because if they didn't kill that general right there, I don't think they would win this battle. And they've got a fresh unit of broken lances about to charge in against dismounted men-at-arms.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Only half of one of the armies remains. I don't even remember. I think Sicily's half of their army remains. Now we've got Swiss Guard moving forward. The epic Swiss Guard against Cav. That's a good matchup. The balance of power. Dude, this is crazy. This is one of the craziest evenly matched battles we had in this entire matchup. What a finale this is turning out to be. But guys, with this flanking charge from the Papal States, I think they're going to take it right there. The Papal States are crowned champion of the world. The last faction standing. I did not see the Papal States winning them, but by the grace of God, God was on their side, and they have taken this tournament. Papal States, and rightfully deserved too, they fought in a lot of battles. Maybe not as many as Denmark, but they had many challenging opponents, and they are gonna take the victory here today. Wow. So that's gonna wrap it up, guys. 775 kills from the Papal States, losing 780. Wow, that's crazy. That is insane. So hope you enjoyed this little Battle Royale Medieval 2 edition. Are you surprised by the outcome? Did you guess the Papal States? If you did, congratulations. Also, guys, let me know down in the comments below what Total War game you want to see next for the Total War Battle Royale. Thanks for watching, guys, and that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna go take a nap or something. That was like 2 hours plus, like 2 hours and 30 minutes to record. It was insane. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.